I feel like we've talked about the Marvels a lot over the last several months. In the lead up to this, we all knew it was probably going to be a big box office disappointment, but we were asking the question, what's this thing going to do? Is it going to do Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania numbers? Is it going to do what, maybe less than 400 million? That would be crazy bad. I don't know if anybody predicted $200 million, but that's basically where we are for the Marvels. And Disney has officially given up on this thing. They are admitting that it's over. They're admitting it's done. Even though we got a big holiday season coming up, they know there's no hope for this thing. The Marvels ends box office run as lowest grossing MCU movie in history. After 4 weeks on the big screen, the comic book tentpole is running out of steam with 80 million in North America and less than 200 million globally. There would typically be optimism that attendance could rebound over the busy holiday season, but Disney apparently doesn't expect that to be the case because it won't be reporting the film's weekend box office results any longer. The studio wrote on Sunday in a note to press, with the Marvel's box office now winding down, we'll stop weekend reporting of international/global grosses on this title.
This is glorious, dude.
It is outside of the top 10. It's outside of the top 10 for the fucking weekend after only, 3.5 weeks of release. Holy shit.
So right now, 80 million domestically. It might not hit. What did it hit last weekend?
I mean, probably like 5 million or something.
So my thing is, it's definitely not going to hit 90 million. It may not hit 85 million domestically.
Yeah, so here's the total. This is the estimates right now. $210 million global is what it's being estimated. So that's how much they think they'll get out of another about $10 or $15 million around the globe for the rest of its run. Listen, there might have been some people out there that said it won't make 200 million. And hey, if you said that, then congrats to you. I didn't think there was any way in history that this was going to make this little money.
Yeah, this is catastrophic.
This is an over $300 million loss for the studio. That's what this is. This is a budget that's over $300 million when it's all said and done. The marketing, let's be favorable. Let's be conservative and estimate the marketing instead of something like Guardians of the Galaxy or Wakanda Forever, which was $150 million in marketing. Let's be conservative and say it was only $100 million. You're still talking about $400 million wrapped up in this thing, and you're only going to get back about $100 million from the box office. Jeez. A $300 million loss, and that is a conservative estimate. And to have them say, we're just going to stop reporting, holy fuck.
This is the price you pay when you trash the fan base and you hire activists who will not listen to the fan base. And this has been a problem for years now. It's finally broken. It's broken just like Star Wars. And I don't know if it can be fixed. Was there a legitimate report that Kevin Feige said that Robert Downey Jr. is not coming back?
There is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that just shows you, I don't know if Robert Downey Jr. would even want to come back. He's obviously moved on and he's doing really well. Yeah, with this, I don't know how they can fix it, because if Robert Downey Jr. is not coming back, then that means nobody else is coming back either, because without him, nobody else is coming back. There's no point in it. He's the face. He's the Pied Piper of it.
But it goes back to what we had this conversation about. It's like, would you want them to do it? Well, it depends how it's done, right? If you're going to bring them back and do a couple movie arc, then okay. But if you're just bringing them back for one movie, one fucking cameo laden movie to try to desperately get people back, just to have him, after everything he went through, after his entire arc, just to pass the torch on to Ironheart or this new jet, nobody fucking wants that. Nobody wants to see you go back and ruin this moment just to get more people desperately in the seats for one last hurrah, and then to pass the torch on to, black female Ironheart. Now people really embrace her, right?
Yep.
So to me, this might even be what we talked about. This studios put things out. They may have been internally discussing it, and they realized the reaction from the fan base was like, we love Robert Downey Jr., but if you're just going to erase his death for some meaningless pop, people don't want that either.
No, not at all. Not at all. And so they are in a really tough predicament now. I don't see how the Marvels gets fixed, or Marvel, in a realistic scenario after the failure of the Marvels, especially when you look at the people that are at Disney and the people that are in power positions at Disney. Bob Iger, number one, he doesn't have the interest to fix it. But number two, even if he did, he doesn't have the power to fix it, because the people that he has surrounded himself with at this company in high-level positions won't allow it, because in their minds, the fans that are complaining about this are bad people. They are toxic, and they have to be basically removed from the fandom. And they can't pander to anything that resembles the alt-right, because essentially fans complaining is the alt-right. It's toxic. It's Yahtzees. It's Trump supporters. That's the connection they have made. It's the hard line they've drawn in the sand. So once you've drawn that line for yourself, which a lot of these executives have, I don't know how they fix it. I don't think they can fix it. I don't think that it's repairable under the current structure of Disney and how they are built. Ryan, do you see any scenario where this gets fixed?
No, well, really, to fix Marvel, they probably have to do what DC's doing. Just in terms of wiping the slate clean and just starting fresh. It's not something they want to do, but it's probably something they need to do. Recast everybody, start from scratch, give it a 2-year break, let people breathe for a little bit, and then start something new with a bunch of your core heroes, with X-Men, with Fantastic Four. You start with those guys, and then you build up a while, and then you start bringing these Avengers in again, and then people are reminded of 20 years ago in the Avengers movies and stuff like that. That's the way you do it, in my mind. But I just don't think I don't see them doing that.
Right. And because that's the unrealistic scenario based on the current structure. It's not crazy to do something like that when you get the right people involved, but they don't have the people involved to do something like that. They're going to continue to move in the wrong direction, not only as an individual brand within the bigger company, but the bigger company in general, which is Disney. They're just going to continue to move in this wrong direction, and they deserve every single bit of it. And it is awesome to see. So good job to the Marvels. Good job to Disney. Good job to the Marvel Cinematic Universe for failing miserably and failing beyond anybody's wildest expectations that we have seen. None of us thought we were going to hit it was going to hit 210 million worldwide. I think the lowest we were thinking like it could, once we started to see how bad the trends were, like it may go below 300. It may go below 300. And so yeah, this is beautiful. So good job, Disney.